The President is all set to appoint a committee to investigate the allegations made by the Channel 4 documentary. We hope you're keeping safe and indoors. Good evening and welcome to Primetime News right here on TV1. Bringing you the news from the news desk, I am Sandro Satyajit. Before you go into your news in detail, let's first take a look at your top stories. President to appoint a committee to investigate revelation in Channel 4 documentary. Says report will be tabled in Parliament. The truth can only be revealed through a proper international investigation. A statement from the opposition leader.
නිවැරදි ජාත්‍යන්තර පරීක්ෂණයක් හරහා පමණමයි මේ පාස්කු ප්‍රහාරයේ සුළුමුල හෙළිදරව් වෙන්නේ.
Clearly responds to statements made in Parliament regarding the Easter Sunday attacks.
පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ කියන සියලුම දේ සත්‍යයි කියලාත් කියන්න බැහැනේ.
Massive cyber attack jeopardizes crucial government information. Attempts being made to recover lost information. Death toll from Morocco earthquake tops 2,000. On to your lead story now. This evening, President Ranil Wickremesinghe has decided to conduct a comprehensive analysis of all available information related to the 2019 Easter Sunday attacks. Now, issuing a statement, the President's Media Division said a committee headed by a retired Supreme Court judge is to be appointed to investigate the information and serious allegations revealed by the controversial documentary program recently aired by Channel 4. Now, a decision was also reached to appoint a parliamentary select committee to investigate the statement made by the former Attorney General in this regard.
In a statement, the President's Media Division said that President Ranil Wickremesinghe has appointed a committee led by a retired Supreme Court judge in an effort to seek truth and justice following the 2019 Easter Sunday attacks. The President's Media Division said that this committee's primary mission is to investigate the serious allegations recently brought to light by Channel 4 in a broadcast video. A former Attorney General has made similar claims suggesting the existence of a mastermind behind the devastating Easter Sunday attacks. To address these concerns comprehensively, the government is poised to establish a parliamentary select committee specifically to probe these disturbing assertions. The PMD said the gravity of the situation has prompted the President to ensure a thorough review of all available information. The statement also added that this comprehensive approach is aimed at providing lawmakers with a comprehensive understanding of the situation, paving the way for well-informed and decisive actions. The PMD said that President Ranil Wickremesinghe's actions represent a determined effort to uncover the truth and ensure accountability in the face of grave allegations. The statement added that the path to justice for the victims and their families remains at the forefront of the government's agenda as these critical investigations unfold.
Journalists questioned Minister Keheliya Rambukwalla today over comments made in Parliament about the Easter Sunday attacks.
පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේදී පවා දිගින් දිගටම සඳහන් වුණා අපේ බුද්ධ්‍යංශි ප්‍රධානී මේ ජෙනරල් සලේ ඔවුන් සමග දැඩි සම්බන්ධතාවක් පැවැත්වුවා කියලා.
You can't say that everything discussed in Parliament is the truth. Incorrect statements are sometimes made. You must have seen on multiple occasions how some members direct the narrative to suit their best interest. You later realize that it is false. I saw an MP and former minister speaking very harshly in Parliament. I think it is wrong to base decisions on such actions.
As the President prepares to appoint a committee, including a parliamentary select committee, to uncover the truth behind the Easter attacks, opposition leader Sajith Premadasa said the truth can only be revealed through an international investigation.
We want the truth. The truth will reveal those responsible and they should be held accountable. But we want the truth. When I ran for presidency, the accusation against us was that there was a terror attack during our time in power. We accept that. They also promised to bring all those linked to the Easter attacks to book. Has that happened? Was a transparent investigation conducted? They said it before the 2019 presidential election and the 2020 general election. The Mahasangha and other religious leaders raised their voices to seek justice over the attacks. They also made certain certain sacrifices, but it has all become a lie. Since the day they received a mandate to nab the terrorists, they concealed information and deceived the people, and it is a mess today. Only a proper international investigation can reveal the truth behind the Easter attacks. I don't like international investigations, but at a time that the rulers who received a mandate in 2019 and 2020 have deceived all 22 million people in the country, we need the truth. We can't keep listening to various rumors about the attacks every year. The truth should be revealed. There will be no tolerance for anyone involved in these brutal attacks within a government led by us.
ඒ වගේම මේ ම්ලේච්ඡ ප්‍රහාරයට සම්බන්ධ ඒ ම්ලේච්ඡින් කිසිම දෙනෙකුට අපේ රජයක් තුල කිසිම විසුමක් නැහැ.
Views were expressed regarding the Easter Sunday attacks and the recent revelations during the SLPP Balamandala meeting in the Beliath electorate. The meeting was chaired by parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksa.
මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂට තර්ජනය කොහෙන්ද තියෙන්නේ?
Who poses a threat to Mahinda Rajapaksa and Namal Rajapaksa? Who poses a threat to the SLPP? Is it Sajid Anurukumara, Maithripala Sirisena or any other party? No, it is from the international community. There are those who will say that we are repeating the same old story. Channel 4 released a documentary recently regarding the Easter Sunday attacks. They said that the Rajapakshas came to power by murdering people. They wanted to spread this story among the people. There are similar films to be released in the future. The international community will swing mud at us in the future. This is not the same old story regarding the international community that we are speaking to you about. The truth is that the international community is afraid of Namal Rajapaksa, Mahinda Rajapaksa and the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna.
අපි හැමදාම කියපු ජාත්‍යන්තරයේ බිල්ල නෙමෙයි මේ පෙන්වන්නේ සත්‍ය ජාත්‍යන්තරය නාමල් රාජපක්ෂ එමත් නැත්නම් විශේෂයෙන් මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ශ්‍රී ලංකා පොදු ජන පෙරමුණට බයයි.
A religious ritual was also performed to ward off bad omens.
State Minister of Fisheries Piyal Nishanta says that Channel 4 documentary was a short film published to accomplish their own personal aims.
මේ channel 4 නාලිකාව තමන්ගේ පෞද්ගලික අරමුණු ඉටු කරගන්න.
This Channel 4 documentary was published to fulfill personal aims. We know that Gotabaya Rajapaksa is someone that loved this country unconditionally. I believe that they launched this attack on the Rajapakshas because of a long-standing grudge. I believe that the people of this country and the people from the international community who have a conscience will look at this wisely. The Rajapakshas had no need to secure power in the country over the dead bodies of citizens of the country. The Rajapakshas have always sacrificed much to help the people live in this country. We had war in this country. Several individuals connected to this channel were a silent force behind this war. Especially at a time when such a war was taking place, the Rajapakshas were the ones who sacrificed the most for this country. This allegation cannot be maintained.
ජීවිත දාණය ලබා දුන්නේ රාජපක්ෂ. මේ චෝදනාව කොහෙත්ම එල්ල කරන්න බෑ. අපි
Speaking at a media briefing today, the Uttara Lanka Sabagya questioned as to why legal action is not being filed against the documentary released by Channel 4.
These people can deny these allegations. If that is the case, they must file legal action against Channel 4. They should bring the producers of this documentary to court. No one can level this sort of criminal allegation against a person, group or organization without any proof. It is the duty of those who have been accused to bring these people before courts and take action against them. We don't know of anyone who has gone to the police or the CID or even an international institution and say that these allegations leveled against us are false and requested for an investigation to be conducted. Also, Channel 4 plays a massive role in exerting international influence on the sovereignty of Sri Lanka. They have their own agenda, but just because they have an agenda, they don't get the power to do whatever they want. If the people who are accused of these are innocent, they must prove their innocence.
The Lawyers for Truth and Justice organization convened a media briefing today and expressed views regarding the government's course of action in relation to the April 21st bombings.
Channel 4 නාලිකාවේ කියපු හැම දෙයක්ම.
We are not saying everything on the Channel 4 video should be accepted, but if a group has revealed anything regarding the terror attacks, is this how the country's political leadership, security forces, intelligence services, the CID and the TID should be acting? Is this how they acted to arrest those involved in the Aragalaya? There is a clear difference that is concerning. Security forces took prompt measures to go after those involved in the Aragalaya and arrest them. But after this video was released revealing facts regarding the Easter Sunday attack, instead of finding the groups behind it and taking the investigations further, the Defence Ministry is panicking. Colonel Nalin Herup, the acting director of the Media Centre, issues a press release stating that the Defence Ministry strongly condemns the accusations against a senior military officer who has served the country for 36 years. What was the investigation carried out into the accusations against the relevant senior army official for the Defence Ministry to make such a statement now? The Defence Ministry jumped the gun and released an official statement stating that he is a loyal officer who has served for 36 years. Why is the Defence Ministry acting hastily to clear someone's character? This is concerning. The statement added that the Defence Ministry also reiterates that no terrorist involved in the attacks was included in the government's pay sheet. That is true. We didn't say otherwise. They were not paid a salary through the government's pay sheet or with army intelligence officers. But former President Mahinda Rajapaksa had recently admitted that Zaharan and the group were paid salaries.
උන්ට ආණ්ඩුවේ පේ ෂීට් එකකට දාලා පඩි ගෙව්වේ නැහැ. හමුදාවේ බුද්ධ්‍යංශයේ ඉන්න අයත් එක්ක පඩි ගෙව්වේ නැහැ. හැබැයි සහරාන් ඇතුළු කණ්ඩායමට පඩි ගෙව්වා කියලා මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ ජනාධිපතිවරයා හිටපු ජනාධිපතිවරයා පිළිගෙන තිබ්බ පසුගිය කාලේ.
දැන් මේ වෙනකොට අපි දැක්ක විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ Channel 4 එක ආරා
The Channel 4 documentary revealed the true characters of the heads of the country's defense apparatus. What are the steps that are being taken regarding this? Nothing has been done. Also, we saw MP Sarath Fonseca mentioning the names of 2 military personnel in parliament and clearly saying that they carried out the bomb blasts in 2010. Were these matters investigated? In the recent past, we saw the murder of journalist Sivaram. We also saw the murder of Nimala Rajan. Poddala Jayanta's leg was broken. Lasantha Vikramatunga was murdered. Where are these investigations? Not even one investigation was properly carried out. In the Channel 4 documentary, they had even spoken about the Tripoli platoon. Have these people been arrested? Since Richard Dizoy's no murder of a journalist has been properly investigated till today. We know that the Easter Sunday attacks will also suffer a similar fate. Police are unable to conduct investigations and look into those matters. They only can go and arrest people for posts that they publish on social media.
මෙහියුම් කරන්න බෑ. උන්ට පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ මේ Facebook එකේ post එකක් දැම්මම අන්තර්ජාලය පරිහරණය කරලා ඔවුන් අරන් අත්අඩංගුවට ගන්නවා.
Leader of the Jatika Jana Balawega Gyanra Kumara Disanayake expressed these views at a rally held in Badulla today.
3 years after the entire country fell under foreign rule in 1815, the Huvavellasa rebellion began. 30 years after that, the Matale uprising took place. But from 1848 to 1948, not a single uprising took place in the country. Why was that? The British imperialists created divisions between the up-country and the low-country. Many Radhala leaders supported the rebellion in 1818. Even the British tried to create an opinion that this is a low-country uprising and therefore should not be supported by the up-country. That is because Veerapura Nappu and David represented the low-country. There were also people like Hanguranket the Dingirirala. They used division to suppress our country. When Nehru and Patil worked together in India, Ponnambalans, Bandaranayakas and the Senanayakas started working separately. We couldn't unite as Sri Lankans then. Again after that in 1948 we got an opportunity, but no one was keen. What has happened now? Politicians of the south are using racism to further their political goals. Politicians of the north and east are also using racism to further their political goals. They said that the tigers are raising their head again, but in 2019 they started something else. That ended in the Easter Sunday attack. The Prime Minister at the time of the attack is now the President. The head of State Intelligence Service at the time is now the head of Administrative Division of the Police Department. Pillayan is the State Minister. The head of Army Intelligence was Saleh. Gotabaya Rajapaksa is facing accusations. Those accused of being involved in the attacks and those accused of failing to prevent the attacks are both in the government. The people are demanding for an investigation, but it is not being done. Those who are accused of being behind the attack and those who failed to prevent the attack are now all together in this government.
News first with the people.
In other news, the Cabinet Office and other government institutions have lost a huge amount of data from the 17th of May to the 26th of August 2023 after a massive ransomware attack. Now, this was confirmed to News First by the Information and Communication Technology Agency of Sri Lanka.
The Information and Communication Technology Agency of Sri Lanka has officially confirmed a severe data loss incident affecting all government offices using the gov.lk email domain, including the Cabinet Office, due to a large-scale ransomware attack between the 17th of May and 26th of August 2023. The Cabinet Office is one of the entities within the Lanka government network using the mail@gov.lk email domain. The Sunday Times newspaper had published an extensive report on this incident. Crucial government information are exchanged via these email domains among important government bodies, including the Cabinet Office, ministries and state institutions. ICTA told News First that only some data under the purview of the President's Office, Cabinet Office, Ministry of Education and Ministry of Health were affected by the ransomware attack.
What is a ransomware attack?
In a ransomware attack, a simple click on a link sent via email could compromise the entire network and allow hackers to access the network. The hackers can then block access of the authentic users to the information on the network.
This is a type of attack that basically cyber criminals are targeting an organization's data, holds the data hostage and wants somebody to pay a ransom. Just like someone is kidnapped in real life and they ask for a ransom. Similarly, here what is kidnapped is your data and cyber criminals will demand a ransom for it. Basically, the email domain of .gov.lk has been compromised due to this particular type of attack.
What happened?
According to the Sunday Times report, the ransomware could have impacted approximately 5,000 email addresses. Director of Strategic Communications at ICTA Sampath De Silva told News First that there was no offline backup for a critical 2.5-month data period. The online backup system was also compromised, resulting in the loss of emails during this time frame.
How has the ICTA responded to the incident?
Director of Strategic Communications at ICTA Sampath De Silva said that in response to this incident, ICTA is instituting a daily offline backup process to prevent future data losses. The relevant application will also upgrade to the latest version with enhanced defenses against virus attacks.
Can the lost data be recovered?
The Sunday Times reported that in collaboration with ICTA, the Sri Lanka Computer Emergency Readiness Team, OSL CERT, is actively engaged in efforts to recover the lost data.
The government is planning on having countrywide digital initiatives. What we request is, if you are going to have these digital initiatives, these digital Sri Lanka programs, if you are going to have programs of this size and scale, certainly there needs to be a more enhanced focus on cyber security.
Do you remember? A similar loss of critical information has happened before in Sri Lanka. 23rd of July 2021. CID receives a complaint regarding a loss of information from the government cloud that holds information regarding national identity cards, land deeds, signal maps, bank account details, criminal case numbers, court records, and medicine. Information regarding medical supplies at the National Medicines Regulatory Authority on the government cloud had been lost. This incident took place at a time when the registration of medicine and medical equipment imports were being carried out online. Do you remember? 3rd October 2021. It was said that a committee of specialists have been appointed to recover the information that was lost by the NMRA. Do you remember? 6th of October 2021. Making an application before the Colombo Chief Magistrates Court, Senior Deputy Solicitor General Dileepa Piris said that medicine smugglers are exploiting the spread of the COVID-19 virus in the country to their advantage. He also said that the data officer working at the company contracted to manage the information had deleted the information on the government cloud over a period of 7 hours. He highlighted that this is an organized crime and that an extensive investigation needs to be conducted to bring the perpetrators to book.
Do you remember?
6th of October 2021, the officer in charge of the company contracted to manage the data of the NMRA was produced in court. He informed court that this data wipe was not a mistake and that it was done intentionally.
And now,
hackers gain access to email accounts that contain critical information of state institutions. Authorities accepted the fact that the main email network of the country does not have a backup. They also accepted that they were not prepared to face a cyber attack. Can a country's national communication network be so vulnerable? Is this not a collapse of national security? For the attention of those responsible.
News first with the people.
In tragic news, over 2,000 lives have been lost in Morocco following a massive earthquake. More on this story and others after this short commercial break.
The Satparam and Ther festivals of the annual Nallur festival. Tune in to Shakti TV at 5 p.m. on the 12th of September to watch the live telecast of the Nallur Satparam festival. Watch Shakti TV at 5:30 a.m. on the 13th of September to witness the Ther festival of the annual Nallur festival. Let the blessings of Lord Murugan shower across our nation.
Shakti TV. Desatin Shakti.
5 million number is the target for 2030 in Sri Lanka. Our target for this year is actually 1.55 million.
We need to understand how does tourism play with the whole development of the country, so that you don't have this mafia and all these other kinds of issues that will crop up.
Is at least one good winter season is something that we desperately need, not only for us. This is not for us, it's for the entire industry.
We need to develop the product. You know, as of now, we can't accommodate 2.5 million high-end tourists in Sri Lanka. For example, we have only 9,000 rooms in Sri Lanka per day.
So we need to set up a very, not only high-end hotels, all other facilities also must be high-end. Our beaches has to be high-end.
Face the Nation, Wednesday nights at 9:30 on TV1.
දෙදහස් විසිතුන ගම්මැද්ද කඩිනම් ව්‍යාපෘති මාලාවෙන් සිදු කළ ව්‍යාපෘති වලින් කිහිපයක්. කන්තලේ සීනිපුර පිරිසිදු පානීය ජල ව්‍යාපෘතියට මුල්ගල තැබීම. නුවරඑළිය සිල්ව කැන්ඩි පාසලේ සනීපාරක්ෂක ව්‍යාපෘතිය. ඇහැටුවැව එරියාව මහින්ද විද්‍යාලය වටා අලිවැට ඉදි කිරීම. ගෙදරවැව පිරිසිදු පානීය ජල ව්‍යාපෘතිය ජනතා අයිතියට පත් කිරීම. අනුරාධපුර තමුත්තේගම කුඩා බෙල්ලන් කඩවල පිරිසිදු පානීය ජල ව්‍යාපෘතියට මුල්ගල තැබීම.
ගම්මැද්ද රට නගන ජන පෞර.
Could you first take us through the rise of HIV?
There are about 4,700 people living with HIV. We see a kind of increasing trend for the epidemic in Sri Lanka.
If we connect this conversation to education or lack thereof, what are the loopholes that you see?
More infection among young adults, between 15 to 24.
The People's Platform, every Tuesday and Friday at 9:30 p.m. on TV1.
ගම්මැද්ද කඩිනම් ව්‍යාපෘති මාලාවෙන් සිදු කළ ව්‍යාපෘති වලින් කිහිපයක්. ගෙහියෝවිට පාලම විවෘත කිරීම. පෙරාදෙණිය ශික්ෂණ රෝහලේ වාට්ටුවක් පිළිසකර කිරීම. මහා කරඹෑව පානීය ජල ව්‍යාපෘතිය විවෘත කිරීම. මහියංගනය පාලමක් විවෘත කිරීම. මලුපිටිය පානීය ජල ව්‍යාපෘතිය විවෘත කිරීම.
ගම්මැද්ද රට නගන ජන පෞර. Divisavya, the second leg of the Divisavya program to provide much needed school books and stationery items to school children in Sri Lanka. 11th of September, Mena and Madukkare.
Dai Daruwange Anagate Winwin Divisavya, LOLC Prajasatkara Mehevara.
Welcome back to the news. In other news now, the human-elephant conflict stands as a testament to the lack of ability of responsible officials to solve the issues of the country. Now, this news report is about a group of children who were affected due to this issue.
The Seranora Somapura village in the Trincomalee district is a village that is often encroached by wild elephants. Late in the night, wild elephants encroached and levelled the primary section of the Somapura Mahavidyalaya. Brutal damages were done to the grades 1, 2 and 3 classrooms of the school. This was the third time such an incident had occurred.
දැන් මේ ඉස්කෝලේ තුන්වෙනි පාර මේ කැඩුවේ දේශපාලඥයෝ නම් එනවා හැම ටන්සයකටම ඇවිල්ලා මේ අරක හදන්නම් මේක හදන්නම් සංවර්ධන කටයුතු ගොඩාක් කරන විදිහට තමයි එයාලා ඒ කතාව. ඒ වුණාට එක එක්කවත් ඡන්දේ දින්නට පස්සේ මේ අහිංසක මිනිසුන්ගේ මූණවත් බලන්න එන්නේ නැහැ.
Nearly 300 children seek education at the primary section of this school. This is the state of the school now.
මම පාසලට ඇවිල්ලා බලද්දි පන්ති 4ක් කඩලා දාලා තියෙනවා අලියා. හැමදාම අපි ශිෂ්‍යත්ව පන්ති ඉවර වෙලා යද්දි අලියා පිට්ටනියට එනවා. පුළුවන් නම් නැන්දේ මම මේ පාසල හදලා දෙන්න. අපේ පන්ති 4ක් විතර කඩලා දාලා තියෙනවා.
Parents of the students told News First that they do not have the ability to even temporarily reconstruct the damaged area.
ගොවි ජනතාවගේ දුප්පත් දරුවන් තමයි මේ පාසලේ ඉගෙනුම ලබන්නේ. වෙනකොට පාසලේ ප්‍රාථමික අංශයේ පන්ති 3ක් අලිය විසින් බිත්ති කඩලා විනාශ කරලා තියෙන්නේ. වනාලි ප්‍රශ්නය අපිට ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක්. අපිට පාසලේ ලොකුවට මුදල් නැහැ. ඒ වගේ අලින්ගේ විනාශයක් කරලා පස්සේ පිරිසකර කරගන්න.
There was much excitement on the seashore at Bundala in Hambantota district this morning when a seagoing vessel washed ashore and grounded on the reef just a few meters from the shore.
The vessel was a barge named the Olympic from Sembakung in Indonesia. The vessel was being towed from Indonesia to the Maldives when the tow rope apparently broke during bad weather and it washed ashore. The tugboat that was towing it later arrived in the Hambantota harbour.
Music is a painkiller. Isai Enum Painkiller, a musical extravaganza sponsored by Sri Lanka's #1 Tamil media channel, Shakti TV, was held in Colombo, and the concert featured many popular singers from South India.
Isai Enum Painkiller, which means music is the painkiller, was an incredible musical concert organized by Getwin Events Entertainment. A massive crowd gathered at the Sugadadasa Indoor Stadium in Colombo for this concert, which was hosted by renowned South Indian RJ Vijay. The concert featured the likes of all-time favourite South Indian playback singers Srinivas, Sweta Mohan, Unni Menon, Saindavi and Vijay Prakash. The media sponsor for this extravagant event is Sri Lanka's largest Tamil media channel, Shakti TV.
The pivotal G20 summit took place without the attendance of the Russian and Chinese presidents. More on this story after this short commercial break.
Celebrating the giver of good, showing his eternal light on us all, God Murugan. The Nallur Cultural Festival will be telecast live from Jaffna on Shakti TV from the 11th to the 13th of September. Tune in to Shakti TV to witness the vibrant Nallur festival and let the showers of God Murugan's blessings touch us all.
Shakti TV, Desathin Shakti.
Welcome back to the news. The death toll from a powerful earthquake in Morocco has soared to more than 2,000 with a similar number injured. Now, the Interior Ministry says that more than 1,400 have serious injuries and the heaviest casualties are in provinces just south of Marrakesh.
King of Morocco Mohammed VI declared 3 days of national mourning and ordered shelter, food and other help for survivors. Many people are spending a second night out in the open, and the magnitude 6.8 quake hit Marrakesh and many towns on Friday night. In remote mountain areas, entire villages are reported to have been flattened. The epicenter was in the high Atlas Mountains, 71 kilometers southwest of Marrakesh, a city with World Heritage status, which is popular with tourists. But the tremors were also felt in the capital Rabat, some 350 kilometers away, as well as Casablanca, Agadir and Essaouira. It was Morocco's deadliest earthquake since Agadir was devastated by a 6.7 magnitude quake in 1960 and killed more than 12,000 people.
In other news now, closer to home, world leaders have met in New Delhi for the second and final day of the Group of 20 summit.
The two-day Group of 20 or G20 summit was held in New Delhi this year under the Indian presidency. The G20 is an intergovernmental forum comprising 19 countries and the European Union. It works to address major issues related to the global economy such as international financial stability, climate change mitigation and sustainable development. The summit this year is marked by the absence of Russia's Vladimir Putin and China's Xi Jinping. Day one saw big moments including the African Union being made a permanent member of the G20. G20 President India also announced that the consensus was reached on a joint declaration to be adopted at the end of the summit. After a busy first day, delegates were treated to a gala dinner hosted by President Draupadi Murmu last night. Today, leaders started their day by paying tributes to India's independence hero Mahatma Gandhi at his memorial Rajghat in New Delhi. Later, Prime Minister Modi announced the end of the summit after the G20 formally adopted the joint declaration. As the summit ended, Modi proposed a virtual G20 meeting in November while the presidency still remains with India to sum up and take stock of the resolutions of the summit. Modi then handed over the G20 presidency to Brazilian President Lula da Silva. Brazil's president said during its tenure, the country would work to build a fair world and a sustainable planet.
On to sports news now. Two thrilling Rugby World Cup encounters were held earlier today with Japan and England recording wins.
Sri
Chile impressed on their World Cup bow, but Japan pulled away to comfortably win their Pool D opener in Toulouse. Chile led early on with a Rodrigo Fernandez try, but Japan soon seized control to go 21-7 ahead by half-time. Amata Fakatawa's two scores sandwiched John Nakubula's effort for Japan, who face England next on the 17th of September. Alfonso Escobar reduced Chile's deficit, but Michael Leach secured Japan's bonus point before Ryota Nakamura and Warner Durns completed the scoring. George Ford kicked 27 points to steer England to a World Cup victory of Argentina after they were reduced to 14 men after 3 minutes. Tom Curry was sent off by the bunker review system for a clash of heads with Juan Cruz Malia that took place in the 3rd minute in Marseille. Fly half Ford kicked 3 drop goals to give England a 12-3 half-time lead. England controlled the second half and Ford added 15 points as England started Pool D with a morale-boosting win. Rodrigo Bruni powered over in the 79th minute for the only try of the game for hapless Argentina. The MTV Media Network secured broadcast rights for the World Cup. The matches will be telecast on TV1, Shakti TV and Sirasa TV from the 8th of September to the 28th of October. The tournament will also be streamed live on www.sirasatv.lk. Matches will also be recorded and replayed for the benefit of our viewers, since matches would be played late in the night Sri Lanka time.
The match between India and Pakistan in the Super 4 stage of the 2023 Asia Cup cricket tournament was temporarily stopped due to the rain. Now, when play was stopped, India batting first was at 147 runs for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 24 overs.
Pakistan captain Babar Azam won the toss and decided to field first. Skipper Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill opened India's innings and went on to put up a first wicket partnership of 121 runs. Shubman Gill scored his 8th half-century in ODIs. Captain Rohit Sharma scored his 50th half-century in his ODI career. TV1 is the local broadcast of the 2023 Asia Cup.
That's a wrap of Primetime News this evening. We hope you keep safe and indoors despite the weather. Bringing you the news from the news desk, I am Sandro Satyajit signing off. Have a beautiful night.